Well, good morning. We're ready to start our language lesson for the week. Now, pardon me. I'm going to be reading on this page about a story called Micah's Bad Morning. I'd like for you to follow along. It's a really short story. And as I read, I want you to be thinking of who the story is about and what made him feel grumpy and then how he fixed that. Okay? All right, so let's read. As Micah sat down in his seat in Sunday school, he was near tears. It had been a rough morning. He could only find one of his sneakers. The only other shoes that fit were sandals. He felt a little silly wearing socks under them, but it was late fall and the weather had turned cold. His mom was always telling him to take care of his things. He sure wished he had listened to her this time. Micah then looked down at his hands. Ouch, they hurt. He had taken quite a fall in the parking lot. If only he had slowed down and wasn't wearing those silly sandals. Micah started to get very grumpy as he thought about his morning. Mr. Lopez asked the class if they remembered last week's lesson. Micah sure did. He couldn't imagine having to fight a lion. He felt bad for David as he thought about him hiding from a king who wanted to kill him. David just could not get a break. Micah was beginning to feel that way too. Mr. Lopez stopped Micah's thoughts. What do you think David's response was to his problems? We can find out in the Bible in Psalm 34:1. Let's look it up. Mr. Lopez read, "I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth." Micah was surprised. He decided if David could praise the Lord even when his life was in danger, he could do it too. He was already feeling much better about his day. All right, so our character is Micah. And what was it that made him feel so grumpy? Did you say it out loud? He lost his shoes, so he had to wear his sandals, and then he fell. So he was just having a bad day, so that made him feel grumpy. What helped Micah change his feelings? What changed the way he felt? When he heard about David, you know, the Bible account of David when he had to go fight Goliath, that giant. And he said, not only that, he said the king after that, the king was wanting to kill him. And David praised the Lord, even though the bad guys were after him to kill him, but he still praised the Lord. So he was having a real bad day, but he praised the Lord. And so Micah decided, well, if somebody who's having that kind of a bad day can have a good day by praising the Lord, I can too. So let's look at this on this next page. You see this verse right here? That's the verse that helped to cheer Micah up. It was the verse that he read that changed the way he felt. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Psalm 34:1. I'd like you to try to memorize this. Do you think you could? I'd love, when I come up to your house next, I would love for you to tell me this verse. That would make me so happy. So let's try to get this memorized, okay? I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Psalm 34:1. All right, so this week we're going to talk about short I sounds in words. And all of our words are going to have short I sounds. Do you remember what sound the short I makes? Can you say it? I. It makes the I sound. Now don't lose this verse. You're going to need it, okay? Let's turn to the next page. Now, on this page and on the next page, you see all these words? Wow. These are called SOT words. And really all you're going to have to do today is read. You're going to have to take these pages to your mom. And I'm going to send her a note so that she'll know. Make sure you read these SOT words to her. If you don't know them, that's okay. She'll circle the ones you don't know or the ones you have trouble with. But let's see how you can read these words, okay? So I'm going to read them with you first. Then you're going to go read them to your mom. Ready? Always, around. You read them with me. Because, been, gave, goes, green, it's, these, those, upon, us, before, best, both, by, call, cold. Are you saying them with me? Does, don't, fast, first, 5, found, made, many, off, or, pull, read, write, sing, sit, sleep, tell, there, use, very, wash, which, why, wish, work, would, right, your. Those are all the thought words that you're going to have to know. Most of those words, you can't really sound them out. You just have to know these words. And you're going to be practicing on these words for quite some time, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get out a sheet of paper. I need you to go ahead and write down your new spelling words for the week, okay? So get your sheet of paper out and a pencil or something. And I'm going to go ahead and put your spelling words up here on the board so you can write them down and you'll be able to practice with them, okay? All right, let me delete this. Let's go ahead and get these.
Mom.
I'm going to make them bigger in just a minute.
Mom.
All right, now let me make it bigger. Move it up here. We'll turn these to be black rather than red. There we go. All right, you need to pause it while you write these down. Make sure you copy them exactly like they're supposed to be. Okay, did you write them down? Good deal. All right, so make sure you take that list of words to your mom. And then I'm going to go ahead and let you go on your next link to practice your spelling words on a game, okay? All right, that's all for today.